Thanks for joining us off air with Jason and Alicia on this very Monday of a Monday.
It is so Monday. My goodness. It's been off the hinges. Not very fun.
Definitely off. Mm-hmm. We stumbled a lot today. We screwed up words.
Couldn't get words out. And then you started the day with something that I think is just unforgivable and just crazy, unhinged.
I know.
She went into her inbox, everyone, and she deleted all of her emails.
Everyone?
Just every single one.
I just went in because I had thousands, right? I went in and I normally go through and I'm like, okay. I've read that, seen that, PR, press release, this, that. I think I lost it a little bit. I just went... delete all.
I thought you were kidding. You turned to me and you're like, I just deleted all my emails. And I'm like, you did what? And she was like, yeah, I did it. I did it. I did it.
My eye was twitching. I did it. They're gone.
It was so unhinged. And me and Cece were like, why would you do that?
But you guys were like, what if you need something?
Right.
I have not needed an email.
You've never had to go back into your email and reference something that somebody sent to you a long time ago, or like...
Not
find
in a
somebody's
long time.
name or find somebody's phone number? No?
Nope.
Wow.
Not recently. When's the last time you've had to reference an email chain?
Multiple times. I've gone back to a chain or to a thread in an email and I found information that I had forgotten or something I needed to know. Like, the idea of deleting all my emails, to me, it's just absolutely unhinged behavior, and it set the tone for the rest of the day.
Unhinged. Yeah, I was like, it's like I killed someone, pretty much.
That was my reaction.
I was like, Jason, I deleted all my
Well, it's also because, and I was just looking at my phone now. Where is it? Where's my email app? My Gmail.
Wow.
Okay. Can I show it to the camera? Is that possible?
Don't show your screen to the camera. You'll regret it.
Here we go. There we go. You see that?
What does it say?
49,000.
Oh my gosh.
Emails in my Gmail.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
You see, I feel liberated. You know what I don't feel like I'm missing anything. And I'm sorry if a viewer emailed me. I've gone through, though, and I'm like, okay, it's been a while.
They sent you something on Sunday. You just were like, no, God, bye.
I scanned. So I was going through deleting. So it was like I was already back a few months. Mm-hmm. In deleting. So I was like, okay, it's fine. If people need me, hey, per my last email, I'll be like, oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Nothing was, I don't know. Maybe I'll regret it. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and be like,
we will see.
In a panic. But really, if people needed me, they'll email me and I'll start anew. I just wanted to start a blank slate.
Call me, beat me if you want to reach me.
Kim Possible. Mm-hmm. Anyway, this weekend was a weekend.
Oh, it was terrible. Yeah, it was just the worst.
Maybe that's why we started weird. I deleted all my emails. You were like, this is the worst weekend ever.
So I moved from the West Metro to, what is St. Louis Park? The East Metro?
No, that's West.
It's to the
less
further. West Metro.
Middle Metro. I don't know. It's technically West Metro.
I moved from West Metro to Middle Earth. And it was a whole process. You don't realize how much stuff you have. I wanted to use the other S word, but this is a family podcast.
Right.
You don't realize how much stuff you have until you're moving, and things just keep coming and coming and coming, and before you know it, you're out of room. And so I had to get storage, and on top of that, it was hot and humid outside, which I am not complaining.
You're from Florida. This is like a Tuesday in Florida.
I know. Everybody keeps telling me that as if I'm supposed to be used to just heat penetrating my body. And it's like, no, it's hot. Hot is hot, no matter where you go. It's hot.
People love that in Florida.
I not when you're moving.
That's
when you're moving,
true.
it really does
sorry.
suck.
Moving does stink. Sorry I was busy. I couldn't help you.
Yeah, you made that very clear last week.
I mean, I really was, though.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
My child graduated pre-K.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which was really cute.
Yeah, it was. That was cute.
If you weren't moving, I would have loved it. Would have so cute. I showed you the video. And I'll post it in this.
He was cute. Let's talk about that. I was going to say, in your defense, you did offer me to come out to a bonfire on Friday.
And I had plenty of wine and s'mores and hot dogs over the fire.
We were in the middle of...
I know. That
It
stinks.
was crazy. But Remy was cute.
Such a cute
Adorable.
graduation. I thought I'd be like sobbing, which I had tears in my eyes, but my heart was racing because I could tell my son was so nervous. He had to get up in front of like 70 people and say things in fluent French. And I was like looking at my husband like, what is he saying?
What was he saying? Something about a butterfly?
A butterfly kissing his parents' cheeks, or he had like a poem. But then he also said, they were like, what is your name? And he would say, my name is Remy. What's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? So je comprends français un petit peu. I understood that just a little bit, and that's all I know in French, so that's all I got.
I understood I think one of the students asked, tu t'appelles comment?
Yeah, what's
your name? Yeah, that's all I remember
it
from
was
French.
so cute.
It was.
So he had a little cap and gown. But it got me thinking, I was like, because they had the speakers and people speaking at graduations is like a common thing, like a keynote or whatever they're called. Commencement speech.
Do you remember any of your commencement speakers?
I didn't have like Conan O'Brien at mine, which that would have been sweet.
That would have been really, really cool.
I feel like mine at St. Cloud State was like a mom who went back to school and then ended up getting a degree. So it was inspirational.
That's admirable. Yeah, of course.
But then I was thinking, like, what's the best advice that you ever got or would give to kids graduating from pre-K to high school to college? Anything?
I go back to high school. And I don't know how things are now. I took out a bunch of student loans without understanding the repercussions of it. I didn't think anything of it. There were no student loan education classes. They didn't tell you how this would work in terms of interest and paying things back. And I just took them out thinking that, it's free money from the government. I can just go, and I spent it on laptops, and I spent it on this and that, and all kinds of things that maybe weren't necessarily most pertinent to my education.
Right.
And here I am. When did I graduate? I graduated in 2011. I'm still paying back my student loans all these years later. So I will say to the graduates out there, be careful with student loans. And
such a good advice.
For some kids, it's necessary. For some kids, you got to, your parents can't necessarily pay your way. You may not have gotten the scholarships you wanted. Sometimes you need to supplement what you have in order to get through school. And that's completely fine. Just be careful with what you take out, how much you take out, and remember that you're going to have to pay it back eventually.
Yes.
The money's going to come back around. Eventually, you're going to have to pay it. So
and the interest and all of that. That's such good advice.
Be careful with credit cards, too, because I also opened up a credit card right before I went to college and went crazy and ended up really messing up my credit because I was just swiping left and right. Wow. And it took me a good 10-plus years to pay off that credit card. Financial stuff.
Literate.
Be very financially literate when it comes to entering college, because it's easy to get swept up in the craziness and the frenzy of college.
Right.
And being away from home, and I have all this freedom. I'm going to spend money as if it's mine to spend, and it's really not.
That
especially
I'll
if you
pay
take
it
out
back
loans.
someday mentality. That someday comes really fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a rich news anchor one day. It's fine. I can.
We're just laughing.
Please, no.
Right.
Be financially literate before you head into college and you embark on that educational journey.
That's so smart. Gosh, I was thinking about it, and so. You probably know my things. My things to be good at are also my pet peeves when people aren't doing it right or excelling at that. So it's the 3 A's.
Uh-huh.
Do you think you know what they are?
Accountability.
Yep. I'll help you. Authenticity. And attitude. Those 3 things are what make or break you in any job. You could be going into any field. You could be an athlete. You could be going to be a teacher. You could be going to work at Subway. You could do any of those 3 things if you have a positive mindset, positive attitude, if you are accountable, if you make a mistake, like cop to it. My biggest pet peeve is when people are just like, I'll have excuses. I'm just to be like, just say that was my bad and I'll fix it next time. People have more respect for people who are accountable. Than not accountable or like making excuses.
Just say you effed up.
Yeah, I screwed up. And then people are like, okay, all right, I see that. People get so scared to just be accountable for their actions.
Also, can I say effed up? Do I need to be accountable for that?
I just did it
again. Sorry, I hope this doesn't need to be bleeped.
I think you can.
I didn't say the word. Yeah, okay. We're getting a thumbs up from Lydia over there.
Okay, it's fine. You've passed.
Yeah, I did
and authentic. Your authentic self. When people are fake, people can see right through that.
Oh, yes.
And so when you're going to a job interview, be weird. Stay weird, as we say on Sunrise. But those are the 3 things I think if people could focus on: having a positive attitude, being your authentic self, and being accountable, you'll be great.
Authenticity is so important because I think a lot of people are going into, careers and jobs thinking they have to be something or have to fit some sort of mold when it comes to what the expectations are of that. And no, you're never gonna to succeed if you're trying to be something that you're not.
Right. And your imperfections make you perfectly unique.
Exactly.
And you don't want to be like everybody else, especially in this AI world we're embarking on right now. I feel like everyone's trying to like look a certain way or put the filter on, or if you're yourself, you'll be fine.
Social media has ruined that too. Coming up, we didn't have much of social media. We had the beginnings of Facebook, basically.
I worry for the youth in the social media and the repercussions of AI, and I don't know.
Here comes
it's a scary world.
This is a segment we call Jason and Alicia sit on the rocking chair and shake their fist at clouds. Because
kids nowadays,
I worry about it too. I really do. I mean, the combination of AI and you know the prospects of that rising and taking away jobs from people, and then on top of that, you have social media and the pitfalls of all of that, and the pressure it puts on these younger folk, these young kids. Like it's tough.
It is a scary world out there.
How do you talk to your kid? Like, how are you going to talk to your kids about that?
Like watching my little pre-K student walk across the stage in his cap and gown, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's going into this a scary world, but it doesn't have to be so scary. It's all about our attitude and our mindset.
Exactly.
Not to get all like TED Talk in this podcast, but I do think if we have a positive mindset and only instill those, you know, good qualities in our kids, you can only hope for the best. Obviously, bad things are going to happen, but
yeah, you can only control what you control.
Scary world, though.
It is very scary. Yeah, I can you imagine? Like in a few years, he's going to be coming up to you and like, "Mom, I'm trying to open up a Facebook. Like, is that okay with you?"
You know what I want to do? We had a story about this. A mom or a parent of some teenager was like, "Hey," and I forget what state it was in, but they were like, "Hey, I'll give you $5,000 if you decide when you graduate, if you never open social media account or get on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, you can have $5,000 cash.
$5,000
when you graduate." And the kid did it. He's like, "Deal." And so then the mom, when he finally graduated, was like, "Oh my goodness, I have to get $5,000 somehow," because he actually did it. Which I think it was like a testament to the kid, and obviously he can do it now because he's 18, and the mom, that was like their bet. But I was interested to see if my kid would do that. I'm
curious to see if he was any better off for going that route, for not embracing.
Right, because it's where the people are, and people
and that's
make
how
money.
People communicate nowadays. It's all about social media. We don't.
Will
do
he be
face-to-face
behind
anymore.
The others
in terms of keeping up on trends and keeping up with his classmates, or is he going to be more socially adjusted because he didn't give in to that crap?
You know how many people tell me they get the news? They're like, I'm like, "Oh, you watch on KARE 11?" They're like, "No, I see it on Instagram or get my news from social media." And I'm like, "Oh wow,
exactly.
It's crazy how much has changed."
It's changed so much.
We'll see. Best of luck to the graduates out there.
Remember my advice: be careful financially, be careful with loans, be careful with credit cards, and your AAAs.
The 3 A's: have a good attitude, be your authentic self, and be accountable for your actions.
Also, dip, dive, dodge, and dive.
Don't double dip in life.
Yeah, don't double
unless
dip.
you use the other side of the chip. Then we can talk. That's fine.
And with that, we'll see you later, everybody.
Bye.